Good day, everyone. Today, I will discuss about regression. So, regression is a statistical method used in finance or in education that attempts to determine the strength and the character of the relationship between the independent and dependent variables. Um, the regression has two types. We have simple and logistic regression. But today, we will discuss only about simple linear regression. One of the example of regression is the ordinary least square or the simple linear regression, which we're gonna use in this activity using the application Gretl. But first, we will define what is the simple linear regression. So, the name linear attributes to the idea that this model can be only used variables that are linear connection. Simple linear regression, also known as ordinary least square or the OSL, is a method to use to predict the continuous dependent variable using a set of independent variables. So, in a linear regression models, a straight line should be utilized to determine the relationship between the two quantitative data. So we will use only one independent variable and one independent dependent variable. The application of the model. So ordinary least square is a form of linear least square approach used in statistics to estimate the unknown parameter in a linear regression model. The first category creates a causal relationship between two variables with a continuous dependent variable and categorical. We use this dummy coded, which also we will use dichotomous or continuous predictors. Unlike in correlational analysis, which it is not established the effect of directionally, regression analysis assumes, take note, that the independent variables has an impact on the dependent variables. And now, I will be presenting the steps of simulating the model using the ordinary least square in a Gretl software. So a Gretl software is a closed reference platform software that is open source, and it has a statistical package mainly for econometrics. So if you want to add a file to create data, you need to click File, then uh, click New Set Data. Then since we don't need to access the time series and the panel, we just want to input the number of observation that we have. So for me, I'll choose 23 since I only have 23 observation. Click Forward, then click Start entering the data values. Then Apply. Then enter the name of the first variable. So what is your first variable? So my first variable is salary. Salary. Then click OK. And this is the data to be edited. We will start inputting data. So we have the salary composed of then if you want to add variable to identify the relationship of the independent and dependent variable, click add and add a variable, then write the variable name. For me is experience and click OK. Then click the number of years that he put. For instance, the number of years he have 1.1 year, next is 1.3 and continue. So we are done inputting the data. Now we are to click the model to identify the relationship between the two quantitative variables we need to click model, then ordinary least square, and the salary should be in the dependent variable. A dependent variable, the number of experience is in the regression. So click OK. Then it shows the model using the OLIS, and we see that there is a coefficient, the standard error, the t ratio, and the p-value. So our r square is good because it is nearer to 1, and it states that the letter or the graph is perfect. If you want also to check the graph of the data, you are to click the graph, then fitted actual plot, then also click actual fitted. So this is the example of the graph. And if you want to check the analysis of the graph to be forecasted, we are to click the analysis, then forecast. So just click OK. This input na, and it shows. So this is the graph. So the graph shows that it is perfect because it is there is no beyond, the observation is no beyond the line or the color pink or the interval. So this, with the 95% confidence interval, we can say that the graph is good, and this is the actual salary to be expected. Okay, if that is all my presentation, and good day.